Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Sacred Tarot. Twin flames cannot escape one another. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you let go, no matter how long the separation has been going on for. There is a very big pull that is happening around the divine masculines towards the divine feminines. And I've already blessed and shuffled, and even before I'm looking at the cards, I haven't turned any of the cards over. But the Emperor, the freaking Emperor is at the bottom of the deck. Like, this is why I wanted to do a twin flame connection reading today. And yes, the majority of my videos are twin flames, but you may not identify with twin flames and you could come across a video and be like, oh my gosh, this resonates with me. Divine feminines, divine masculines, whatever. But something has been calling me to channel messages for anybody who has been very determined post eclipse to really release their masculines, to really let go. And I'm hearing I am ready. Now, if you've listened to the previous video, you're going to know why that is so important. So I'm going to link it to the thumbnails right at the end of this video. If you haven't seen that already, check that out. The Emperor to me personifies leadership, personifies protection, authority, safety, the epitome of a king, right? But it's almost more than a king. It's almost like you could be an emperor no matter what hierarchy you're in, because the emperor is the state of authenticity. Yes, you're a state of authority, but you can have states of authority in whichever areas of your life. And the divine masculine is showing up because the Empress, anybody who's watching who relates to a divine feminine energy right now, has detached, has let go, has drawn and pulled back their energy and is happy and safe and abundant where they actually are. Some of you may even be with soul connections and you're done with the twin flame connection. But you're listening to this for a reason, because you're getting more and more signs from your divine masculines who aren't letting this connection go. I'm hearing we're not done yet. That's what I'm hearing. And it feels as if the divine feminines are like, look, I've learned my lesson. I appreciate this. Even if it was a false twin flame, that's okay. I want my person to be happy. I'm going to continue to do my own thing. And whatever life throws at me, I know it's for the highest and best good. I'm good. At the back of the deck, we've got the Fool card. So two major arcanas. I'm seeing the number 04. So some of you may be 40 or turning 40 or have just turned 40. That's a very big indication of a new decade starting, a new beginning starting. And if you're not even relating to those numbers, you may be seeing a lot of 444s or 000. I know that the 4 is important because we are in the month of April. So I am recording this in April, but whenever you're seeing this message, it is timeless and it's going to be for you. Let's have a look at the first question. What is the divine masculine currently awakening to on a soul level? Discovery. Okay, so this gorgeous Three Trees Tarot is actually a British designer. And one of my friends actually gifted me my first tarot card by this designer in the UK. And the second deck that she's come out with, there's probably more decks, but the second deck that I've bought myself, it is it includes more major arcanas, but they aren't necessarily numbered. So we've got the traditional 21 major arcana in the deck, but there are an additional 5. Again, this could be important to you. You may be seeing 555. The precipice of change is happening right now for you and your connection. So the discovery that the divine masculines are currently awakening to on the soul level is through wonder, it's through invitation, it's through exploration, but I'm also hearing through curiosity. It's almost as if that childlike wonder in them is returning because they're seeing snippets of you in versions that they haven't seen before. I feel as if they're learning more about you. Now, it could be direct communication or indirect communication. I'm also seeing lots of dream state communication. So, any divine masculines who are unable to pierce the veil that you've put around you regarding your protection, they're coming to you when you're in another energy, which includes your dream state. But what I'm also seeing is the divine masculines downloads are seeing versions of you that are triggering on their heartstrings, that are triggering for them in this twin flame connection cord tie. What is the divine masculine's past beliefs or conditionings that they are breaking free from at this time? The Three of Wands. Now, before I'm seeing that the divine masculines withheld from making decisions about the future, but the decisions about the future regarding you, you may have got a lot of, oh, I don't know what this is. Let's just see how it goes. Like, what the F is that? Sorry, you guys, this is all channeled messages, but I'm seeing that the divine masculines probably have said to you, I don't know where this is going. Let's just see and feel how it goes. But then they're not in tune with their own feelings and emotions. And I'm not laughing to depreciate the divine masculines. I'm laughing because it's ironic that they want to prevent themselves from seeing a vision of the future with you because they've denied that about everything in their life. They haven't really tapped into their emotional, mental, physical, spiritual bonds, and that's prevented them from tapping into their intuition. So the past life beliefs about making plans for the future is being broken, which is very interesting. Now, I'm also seeing a badger on the Three of Wands, and I've never noticed this before, but I'm also seeing four flames. Now, this four flames reminds me of the Lightseers Tarot, and you've got the four wands are all lit up. So it kind of reminds me of that. And I feel like the vision of the future that the divine masculines were scared of, i.e., monogamy, i.e., matrimony, i.e., commitment, they're looking at that as if that is the stairway to heaven. Holy wow, I did not expect that message to come through. They have prevented themselves from looking and seeking and delving into the future with you because they weren't capturing their own intuition. They've been masked from that. They've been distracted from that. They've purposely not delve deep into those areas. But now that they're looking up the stairs, and they are at the bottom of these stairs here, a badger may be significant. And if anybody knows what the spiritual significance of a badger is, please put it in the comments box because I'd love to know. The Four of Candles is here in this Three of Wands, saying that they're seeing things in a different light. They're seeing the steps that need to be taken in order for them to change their past beliefs. If you do the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same results. So they're trying to break free of their past beliefs and conditioning so they can invite a monogamous, committed, loving relationship because they didn't know what love was. They blocked themselves out. And I'm seeing either father or mother wounds, a parent that has been missing as they were growing up, and that has caused them to disconnect from receiving the love that they needed. Okay. How is the divine masculine's perception of the divine feminine shifting at this time? The Knight of Wands. Okay, this is interesting. The divine masculine's perception of the divine feminine is shifting via the Knight of Wands. Now, if we take the Knight of Wands as it is, it's very passionate, it's very forward moving, it's very fiery and heated and taking risks. It's charging forward. It's the next fast moving energy after the Knight of Swords. But it's also before the Pentacles, I want to say. Yes, definitely before the Pentacles. So it feels as if they're getting messages too. Now, if feminines, if you're seeing lots and lots of signs of their name, of songs that are coming up, like you're listening to lyrics and you're like, holy, what? This reminds me of my masculine literally talking to me. Now, the divine masculines are shifting the perception of you because they're also getting these signs and signals and messages, and they're getting fired up about it. That's really interesting. So something is getting them fired up. Either it could be jealousy, or it could be something that they've discovered around what they have learnt about you. You know, earlier I said they've learnt something new about you. That's what I'm kind of getting. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the emotional or mental shifts. What emotions is the divine masculine struggling to process during this transformation? The Two of Pentacles. Now, I did see the Two of Pentacles as I was shuffling, and like always, if that comes up in the main spread, fantastic. It gives us a major warning sign. Excuse me. But the emotions that they are struggling to process is their daily routine. They're struggling. Okay, so whatever they've learned about you in the recent past has shifted their perception of you, divine feminines. They are being, I'm like forged, molded, wielded into like a fire type of fierce, passionate energy about you. Something you've done has caused a stir. It's reignited the flame that they have for you because they've ignored it in their day-to-day routines, events. Now, what I'm seeing with this Two of Pentacles is they're struggling to get you off their mind in their day-to-day struggles. Now, before they could easily compartmentalize and block you out, I feel that the divine masculines cannot do that anymore. So they're struggling to process this shift. It's almost like it's come from nowhere. That's the kind of energy I'm getting around the Knight of Wands. It's come from nowhere. It's sparked something in them, and then all of a sudden they can't use their day-to-day routines and schedules as a distraction tactic. Thank you, Spirit. I didn't know that was coming through, but that's really important. What subconscious fears are surfacing as the divine masculines are stepping into their true power? Five of Swords. There are fears around these swords. I always think that the swords are almost like you're upskilling yourself, but ready for battle. The Five of Swords is really about being intimidated. Some of your divine masculines genuinely are intimidated by you. So they know they need to step into their true power, their authentic power, before they can run alongside you, spar with you, be with you, you know? This is one of the subconscious fears that they have never thought that they were good enough for you. That's a real fear that a lot of divine masculines have actually probably not addressed, but have an inkling about this intimidation factor. Like, why on earth would she pick me? She's so effing amazing. That's the kind of energy. So I need to work harder to upskill. I need to be better to become that emperor. I need to be, do. And then they distract themselves. And then every time they distract themselves, it's not good enough because they can't get you off their brain. That's why they're sending you signals and signs, because they're like, I'm not done yet. I'm not ready, but I'm not done yet. And you're like, fuck being ready. Excuse my French. That came out from nowhere. You're like, okay, I've waited and I'm no longer waiting for you. I've been patient and my love for you is so real and unconditional, but I'm moving on with my life and I'm not settling for somebody who doesn't appreciate and want to be with me. Like, you know what type of love and connection you want, feminines, and you're not letting the divine masculines pull you back into the low vibrational energy. So you're going to keep soaring, you're going to keep climbing. And that's something that they're brooking themselves about. Like they know they need to upskill very quickly and they know they've made stupid decisions about this connection. But that is also a subconscious fear that they need to overcome. So, how is the Divine Masculine's heart opening and what are they learning about love? The Nine of Cups. Okay, this is really interesting because I've got a vinyl player or a record player. Some of you might be listening to old songs, songs from your childhood. You may be even going to a vinyl store or you may be even appreciating vinyl music. And I'm getting that the divine masculines are opening. Oh my gosh, this is the songs thing. This is the lyrics that I was talking about. Thank you for these messages. Divine masculines are opening their heart, and I feel this is almost on a subconscious level, but that's why they're sending you songs. That's what they're learning about love. They're almost like listening to a song and being like, oh my gosh, that's my divine feminine. Oh my gosh, that's how I feel about her. Wait, is this from her? Why is her name appearing everywhere? And yada, yada, yada. Like, it's going to be different for everyone, but this is what I'm getting. Like, this is probably why divine feminines who are listening, you're probably hearing songs, lyrics, music that you're like, I've never heard this song before. Where is this from? And then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, wait, what? This literally sounds like my divine masculine speaking to me. You know what I mean? This is so fierce. I'm actually loving these messages thus far. So let's have a look at what is the new spiritual lesson that the divine masculine is integrating right now. The Hierophant. Oh my gosh, I want to throw my hands up in the air and say yes. Yes, yes, yes. The Hierophant is the epitome of connecting to their higher selves. It's about knowledge, it's about belief, it's about enlightenment. What new spiritual lessons are they integrating right now? Absolute divine abundance. They're connecting with their higher selves. They're connecting with your higher selves. That's why you're receiving all these messages. They are stepping into their emperor in this spiritual kind of like sheath or skin, if you will, veil. That's the spiritual lesson that they're integrating. They're understanding I don't need to be intimidated by this fierce, incredible goddess because I'm the god. We match each other. But the only way that they can realize this is understand their worth because it doesn't matter how many times you tell them how incredible they are, they need to figure out for themselves. So okay, so the Hierophant means they're connected to their higher self. And my next question was actually, how is his connection with his higher self or inner guidance evolving? And we've got the Hermit, which is Major Arcana or Major Arcana. The Hermit and the Hierophant go hand in hand. So if your masculine is being quiet right now, that's because they're being guided towards their higher self. They're being guided towards evolving their intuition, their inner guidance, their heart space in order to take purposeful, intentional action. They're learning all about these things. So, what is the karmic cycles that are coming to an end for the divine masculine? The 10 of Pentacles. They think that they need to get the 10 of Pentacles. They need to have every single thing in the material world set before they can invite love in. But this has tripped up a lot of masculines in the past because the divine masculines are forgetting that they need to get to the 10 of Cups, i.e., you, before they can build the 10 of Pentacles. You can't build a house on sand. And that's what the divine masculines has been doing via the karmic cycles, via the karmic connections, via the karmic house, car, work, whatever. So all those karmic cycles are coming to an end because they're realizing that they can't do all of these things without you helping them build the foundation. They're thinking that they need to build the foundation for you instead of revising how they look at this and asking you to build the foundation with them. Looking at the divine feminines and masculines dynamics, how is the divine masculine currently being divinely guided towards a deeper balance with themselves? The Three of Swords, right? Listen, this Three of Swords has come out a number of times, and I feel that this is the divine masculines of processing the pain that they've gone through the past, understanding that they need to take responsibility for it, but they don't need to linger in the sorrow or the grief of it. So the Three of Swords means every heartache and pain that they've held on to had to be an awareness of a lesson instead of a punishment. What energy is the divine masculine embodying in relation to the divine feminine? The Lovers card. The divine masculines are embodying harmony, balance, unity within them. Well, no wonder they're stepping into the Hierophant energy, their higher self's energy, their spiritual lessons, their connection to their higher self is bringing the embodiment of unity. That's the energy that are currently embodying in relation to you, feminines. When they're with you, they feel like home. When they're with you, they feel peace. They don't feel as if it's effortful, but they also know they need to put effort into it. Does that make sense? The Lovers card is how they feel towards you. They may not say, I love you. They may not have said it ever, or they may not have said it lately. But divine feminines, you know your masculine loves you and you can't shake that. That's probably why you're getting these pulls. What message does the divine masculine's higher self want to give the divine feminines today? The Ten of Cups. Okay, that way. Okay, I'm sorry if I pierced your ears, but my hands flew up in the air as a proclamation of joy. The divine masculine's higher self knows that they need you, divine feminines, to build the Ten of Cups in order to build the Ten of Pentacles. The higher self knows. The higher self knows that they are in love with you, knows that you are deeply connected, knows that you mirror each other, knows that this love is for real. And I love this reading. What is the next phase of this journey? And how can the divine masculine best navigate it? The Two of Swords. How can the divine feminine best navigate it? Ten of Swords. I feel it was very ironic, very fitting around that mirroring energy that we've got the Two of Swords for the divine masculine, difficult decisions, crossroads. They're going to have to make a decision about this. They're going to have to act with intentional, purposeful steps. And the divine masculines are continuing to say goodbye, to release, to surrender. So yeah, this is it could be easier, but this is a love that you're gonna know when you come together how much effort, how much time, how much love has brought you in for one another, because you've continually sharpened your sword. You've continually made sure that you're okay, that you are safe, that you are protected and you are guided and you are strong and you're healed. Whereas the divine masculine continually chose the difficult path. And it could be the divine masculine energy within you, divine feminines too. Like you've chosen difficult paths. It's led to breakdown and burnout and pain and struggle. But you are out of all of these people know how much it is necessary for you to let go. It is necessary for you to surrender all of the past heartaches, that you can't hold on to them anymore, that the energy is being misdirected when you do. And it helps ease the burden of the divine masculines, knowing that they have that responsibility. But they are coming to a crossroads. So I feel like this is a pivotal time. If any of you resonated with this, I absolutely loved this message, you guys. If any of you resonated, please do click the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below what you thought of this message and whether you're receiving signs and symbols and what they may be in the comments below. I love you guys so much. Take care. Bye for now.